Good morning, students. Okay, so we were discussing about energy of a satellite. Okay, so the total energy of a satellite is the sum of kinetic and the potential energy. Okay, a satellite, artificial satellite, which is orbiting around the Earth. Okay, as it is in motion, so it will possess kinetic energy as well the potential energy due to the gravitational force of the Earth. So the total energy is the sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy. Okay, kinetic energy we know is equal to half m into v square. V is the orbital velocity v naught. Okay, and yesterday we had found out the expression of v naught, which is equal to under root gm upon r. Okay, how we get the expression of the orbital velocity? The necessary centripetal force provides the gravitational force, and the necessary centripetal force is mv square upon r. So m into v naught square upon the orbital radius. This r is the orbital radius, that is capital R plus h, radius of the Earth, plus the height is equal to Vmm upon r square. So from here we get v naught to be, sorry, m cancels out from both the sides. Okay, so v naught is equal to under root gm upon r. Substituting it over here, kinetic energy is half mv square. Half mass of the satellite, small m is the mass of the satellite, and square of it, that is gm upon r. So this can be written as gmm upon 2r is the kinetic energy. Okay, also the satellite possesses potential energy. Okay, as in it is in the gravitational force or in the gravitational field of the Earth, so it possesses potential energy, and the expression of gravitational potential energy we have already determined, which is equal to minus gmm upon r. Okay, no need to derive it once again. We have already found the expression of potential energy, which is equal to minus gmm upon r. Okay, what is this negative sign indicating? That the gravitational force is attractive. Okay, so this is the expression of the potential energy, and the total energy is the sum of kinetic and potential energy. So the total energy of the satellite, kinetic energy is G, capital M is the mass of the Earth, small m is the mass of the satellite, upon 2r minus gmm upon r. R is the orbital radius, okay, where r is equal to radius of the Earth plus the height above the Earth's surface. Okay, on simplifying it, take this gmm upon r outside the bracket, inside the bracket, half minus 1. Okay, inside the bracket, half minus 1, and half minus 1 is minus half. So the total energy of the satellite, which is orbiting around the Earth, is equal to minus gmm upon 2r. Is the expression of the total energy of the satellite which is orbiting around the Earth. Okay, this is the potential energy, and this one is the kinetic energy. Okay, note it down. Kinetic energy, potential energy, and the total energy. Okay, now here we see that the total energy is negative. The total energy is negative means the satellite is bound to the Earth. Okay, it won't run away or go away anywhere in the space. It is bound to the Earth, and it will keep on revolving around the Earth. Okay, so note it down. Total energy, kinetic energy plus the potential energy. Kinetic energy, how will you determine? Half mv square. Okay, v is what? The orbital velocity, and v naught, how can we determine? The necessary centripetal force is equal to the gravitational force. So v naught is equal to under root gm upon r. This we have already found out. Okay, the expression of orbital velocity. So v naught square it, the square root goes off. So gm upon r is the square of the orbital velocity. So kinetic energy, you get it to be G, capital G. Capital G is gravitational constant into capital M into small m, which is the mass of the satellite, upon 2r. R is what? The orbital radius, which is equal to radius of the earth plus the height. Potential energy, we have already derived the expression. The potential energy is equal to minus Gmm upon R. So the total energy, which is the sum of the kinetic and potential energy, comes out to be minus Gmm upon 2R. Okay, now the total energy is negative. It means the satellite is bound to the earth. Okay, note it down and then write down. Write down as the total energy is negative. As the total energy is negative. So the satellite is bound to the earth. So the satellite is bound to the earth. Okay, now in the numericals, the calculations will be very long. Okay, mass of the earth into mass of the satellite, mass of the earth 6,400 kilometers, and small r is radius of the earth plus the height. Okay, so what can you do for the numericals? Find out any one energy. Suppose you find out total energy. Substituting all the values, you get the total energy. Okay, and also you have to find out the kinetic and potential energy. No need to again substitute the values and waste your time. Find out the total energy. Okay, total energy you have obtained. Now the potential energy, as you can see here, is twice the total energy. Okay, so once you have found out total energy, then total potential energy, you can write it to be twice the total energy. Whatever you have got the value of total energy, double it, you will get the potential energy. Okay, and how will you get the kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is negative of total energy. Okay, only the sign difference is there. So kinetic energy is negative of total energy. That is total energy, you will get it negative. The same way, the same value with a positive sign, you can write it to be kinetic energy. So while doing the numericals, find out only one type of energy. Suppose you have found out total energy, then potential energy, just double the total energy. Potential energy, as you can see here, it is total energy is 1 upon 2. This is the same thing. So potential energy is twice the total energy, and kinetic energy is negative of total energy. Okay, so no need to again find out, use the expression and again find out the potential energy, kinetic energy. Once you get the total energy, potential energy will be double, kinetic energy will be negative of it. Okay, write the next term related to satellite. Okay, 3 terms we have already studied. Now the next one, angular momentum of satellite. Okay, the next is angular momentum. Angular momentum we know is equal to linear momentum into the distance, that is p into r. P is how much? mv. So angular momentum of satellite. Okay, angular momentum is given as mv into r of the satellite. So mass of the satellite into the speed of the satellite. What is the speed? Orbital speed. And small r, which is the orbital radius, where small r is equal to r plus h. Okay, substitute V naught. You will get the expression of the angular momentum. V naught is equal to under root Gm upon r. Okay, so it can be written as r raised to the power half is in the denominator, r raised to the power 1 in the numerator. So under root Gm upon r, under root Gm into r is the expression. Okay, where small r is equal to r plus h. Okay, or you can find out in terms of small g also. Capital Gm is equal to g into r square. Okay, is the expression of the angular momentum. Then one more last one we find out is binding energy. Binding energy of the satellite. Okay, note down the angular momentum, expression of angular momentum. Okay, then write down binding energy. Okay, how is binding energy defined? It is the energy required to remove the satellite from its orbit. Okay, there is some energy of the satellite which is the total energy due to which it is revolving around the Earth. Okay, that is the total energy. Now, after many years, this satellite has to be removed from its orbit. So that energy we call it as the binding energy, and it will be equal to negative of total energy. Okay, the negative of total energy will be the binding energy. So write down binding energy. The energy required to remove the satellite from its orbit. To remove the satellite from its orbit. Okay, so binding energy is negative of total energy. Okay, and total energy we know is equal to, just now we found out, minus Gmn upon, okay, 2R is the total energy. So the binding energy will be equal to minus into minus, it will become plus, minus Gmn upon 2R is the expression for the binding energy. So the binding energy is the energy required to remove the satellite from its orbit. That we call it as the binding energy. Okay, next we will study about geostationary satellite. Okay, so the physical quantities related to the satellite, we have determined all these quantities: orbital velocity, time period, height of the satellite, about the Earth's surface, angular momentum, total energy, binding energy, everything we have written. Okay. Now next write down geostationary satellite. Geostationary means from the Earth, the satellite appears to be stationary. Okay, this satellite has many various uses. That is, it is used in communication. So the radio signals are sent from the Earth's surface and they are reflected by the satellite. Okay, there is a transponder which reflects these radio signals. Okay, so the signals are sent from the Earth, and if the satellite shifts from there, it won't be able to reflect. So from the Earth's surface, it should appear to be stationary. And such a satellite, we call it as a geostationary satellite. That is, from the Earth, it should appear to be stationary. So write down Next heading, geostationary satellite. It's also called as geosynchronous, okay, because it is synchronized with the Earth. So, geostationary or geosynchronous satellite. Now, what is a geostationary satellite? Write down a satellite which appears to be stationary, which appears to be stationary from the earth, are called as, okay, the satellites which appear to be stationary from the earth are called as geostationary satellites. Are called as geostationary satellites. Okay, now what should be the necessary conditions for these geostationary satellites? Write down the first one. Okay, it should revolve in the same time as the Earth completes its rotation. We know that the Earth completes its rotation about its axis in 24 hours. So this satellite should also complete one revolution in 24 hours. Then only it will appear to be stationary from the Earth. Otherwise, not possible. So what is the first necessary condition? Write down. Its time period of revolution. Its time period of revolution should be same as the time period of rotation of Earth, as the time period of rotation of Earth, that is 24 hours. That is 24 hours. So the time period of revolution of the satellite should be the same as the time period of rotation of the Earth, and we know that the time period of rotation of Earth is 24 hours. So this should also complete one revolution in 24 hours. Okay, the second necessary condition is it should be revolving above the equator. Okay, at a height 36,000 kilometers. Okay, this is calculated. It comes out to be 35,800 something. So approximately we can take it to be 36,000 kilometers. So above the equator it should revolve. Okay, at a height of 36,000 kilometers. So write down second condition. Write down it should revolve. It should revolve above the equator. It should revolve above the equator at a height of 36,000 kilometers. At a height of 36,000 kilometers. Okay, and also it should have the same sense of rotation as that of Earth. Okay, we know that the Earth rotates in east-west direction, so this should also revolve in the east-west direction. So write down the sense of revolution, the third condition. Okay, the sense of revolution of the satellite should be the same as the rotation of Earth. That is in the east-west direction. Okay, actually it rotates from west to east, so no need to further discuss in detail. That is in east-west direction. Okay, so some satellites call it as geostationary satellites. There are one more types of satellites, polar satellites. Okay, polar satellites are the one which revolve above the poles of the Earth. Okay, at a height nearly 500 to 800 kilometers above the poles of the Earth. Such satellites are called as the polar satellites. Okay, so they are revolving around the Earth. Okay, above the poles. So write down polar satellites. Polar satellites revolve above the poles of the earth in north-south direction. In north-south direction at a height of 500 to 800 kilometers. At a height of 500 to 800 kilometers. Okay, now let's see the figure. We know that this is the equator of the Earth and the geostationary satellites, which are also called as the geosynchronous satellites. They are revolving at a height of 36,000 kilometers above the Earth's surface around the equator. So these are the geostationary satellites. Whereas polar satellites are revolving above the poles. So these satellites we call it as the polar satellites. So you can draw the figure which are showing the geostationary and the polar satellites. Okay, now we'll discuss few uses of these satellites. Okay, first draw the figure. Okay, these polar satellites will complete a number of revolutions in a day around the above the poles. Okay, around the Earth they will complete a number of revolutions, whereas geostationary is completing only one revolution in a day. Okay, these polar satellites, they will not appear to be stationary from the Earth's surface. A small camera is fixed on these polar satellites. They keep on revolving and take pictures. So they can be used in remote sensing, that is in forecasting the weather. In meteorological departments they can be used. Okay, right. Uses of satellites. Okay, which satellites? Artificial satellites. Uses of satellites. Write down the first important uses. Used in communication. Used in communication. Okay, like in set 1 they are used in telecommunications in India only. Okay, so radio waves are sent. These radio waves are reflected by these satellites. There is a transponder in the satellite. It reflects the radio waves and sends it back to the Earth station. So this way it is used in communication. Okay, so they are also called as the communication satellites. Which satellites? Geostationary satellites are used. Write the second one. Used for remote sensing. Used for remote sensing. Okay, generally polar satellites are used for remote sensing. That is what is inside the earth, where the petrol could be found, where the minerals are there. So all this can be determined with the help of satellites. So used in remote sensing. Write the next use. Used in meteorological departments. Used in meteorological departments for forecasting weather. Write the next use. For environmental studies of Earth, for environmental studies of Earth, okay, one last topic, weightlessness. Okay, where the weight of an object becomes zero, that condition is said to be weightlessness. So write down weightlessness. Okay, and when can the weight be zero? We know that weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Mass can never be equal to zero. What can be zero? Acceleration. Wherever the acceleration due to gravity is zero, there will be the condition of weightlessness. So write down. When the weight of the object is zero, when the weight of the object becomes zero, the condition is called as weightlessness. The condition is called as weightlessness. Write down, we know weight is equal to m into g. So wherever g is zero, acceleration due to gravity, there the weight of the body will be zero. So write down, where g is zero, w will be equal to zero. Okay, so wherever the acceleration due to gravity becomes zero, there the weight of the object is said to be zero. Okay, like in the satellites, the weight of the object will be zero. Okay, so we have completed this chapter. Okay, now the exercise question. Note down the exercise, NCERT exercise questions which you have to do it. Okay, on given on page number 201 and 202. Question number 2. Okay, few questions will be omitted because some part is deleted from the CBSE for this year only. Question number 6, 7, 12, 13, 20 to 13. Again, Kepler's law will be used. Okay, we haven't studied the Kepler's law. 14th also based on that. Question number 15, you will do it. Okay, very few questions you have to do it. Question number 16. Okay, then 17, 18 and 19. Okay, only these questions you will do it. Let's start. We have got 2-3 minutes. Let's do few questions. Question number 2. Acceleration due to gravity increases or decreases with the increasing altitude. Okay, we have studied that acceleration due to gravity decreases. B part is acceleration due to gravity increases or decreases with the increasing depth. With the depth also it decreases. Then C is acceleration due to gravity is independent of the mass of the earth or mass of the body. Okay, acceleration due to gravity, capital G into capital M upon earth square. Okay, so capital M is the mass of the earth. It is independent of mass of the body. So it's not depending upon the mass of the body. Next D1 is the formula minus GMM 1 upon R2 minus 1 by R1 is more or less accurate than the formula Mg R2 minus R1 is H. okay, is more or less accurate than NGH for the difference in the potential energy. Okay, which one is more accurate? The first one, minus GMM into the bracket 1 upon R2 minus 1 by R1. This is more accurate by binomial expression. Okay, by some approximation we derived NGH. Okay, so the first one is more accurate. Okay, then question number 6. If the zero of the potential energy is at infinity, the total energy of an orbiting satellite is negative of its kinetic energy or the potential energy. Total energy is negative of kinetic or total energy is negative of potential energy. I had already written total energy is negative of kinetic energy. Okay, then the B part is the energy required to launch an orbiting satellite out of the Earth's gravitational influence is more or less than the energy required to project a stationary object to the same height out of the Earth's influence. Okay, the satellite required to orbiting. So one is the orbital satellite and the other one is the escape velocity. We know that escape velocity is more than the orbital velocity. Then question number 7, does the escape speed of a body depend upon the mass of the body? We know that the escape velocity is given by under root 2gm upon r, which is also equal to, okay, g can be substituted as g into r square upon I. So it is also equal to under root 2gr. Okay, from this expression you can find out, is it depending upon the location from where it is projected? Okay, location means on the Earth's surface it would be the same only because it's the radius of the Earth. B part is, okay, the first part is mass of the body. Mass of the body is small n. Small n is not coming anywhere, so it is not depending upon the mass. B part is location. Location on the Earth's surface, small g is taken to be constant only. Okay, it slightly changes from equator to poles, but it will be considered. So it's not depending upon the location from where it is projected. Okay, if it is height, then it is depending. The direction of the propagation, there is no angle dependence, no theta over here. So it's not depending upon the direction. The height of the location, yes, obviously it is depending upon the height. Why? Because capital G decreases at the height. Okay, so it depends upon the height. The rest questions you will try it yourself. Okay, let me take your attendance. Don't leave.